Today on FluTac, we talk about the M1 Garand, the World War II champion, and why it still is considered to be one of the most greatest battle implement ever devised and still a workhorse. FluTac starts right now. Hey guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host, Instructor Flu, the Faceless gunslinger, and so happy you guys are here to your YouTube channel, FluTac, where we talk about so many different things in regards to firearms, self-defense, training, and so many things that I'm really passionate about to make sure that you, the armed citizen, are properly prepared and understand that firearms is nothing more than a tool. It's up to you how you can use it and to respect them, but also it's a great community to be a part of, and I'm glad you guys are here to join me. I have no sponsors, and when it comes down to it, in order to help this continue to grow, this movement, and not only this, just really not really a movement, but this YouTube channel, if you do want to support the channel, do me a couple things. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And also recently, FluTac has actually launched an online store. You will find some amazing cool gear that's 2A and also Armed Citizen CHL apparel. It's like this. And so many other different things. The purchasing that helps me provide support for this channel to include ammunition and a whole bunch of other stuff. So please hop in if you want to be able to do that to help support FluTac, your local Faceless gunslinger here. If not, thank you, and please stick around. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the greatest battle implement ever devised by spoken no less than authority of General Patton, and also what I like to call the angry boomer, the M1 Garand. But before we get started, let's go ahead and check it. So we're going to pull it back on the chart in which I just did, and if you want to look inside the breech, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, this is a clear weapon. There's no external magazine like AR-15. This is an in-block clip-fed weapon, and we're going to put it back, hopefully I don't hit my thumb, and thank God I did not. So a little bit of history. So the M1 Garand was made back in its design kind of started back in the 1920s when the United States military was looking for a replacement of the bolt action fed bolt action rifle, the 1903 Springfield. It fired a 30-06, which is the same caliber this one fires. And one of the biggest benefits of having a weapon like this compared to a bolt action rifle was this actually had a higher magazine capacity. So this is fed by 8-round in-block clip that goes right inside here, as you guys can see, and it's fed inside there. And we'll take a look at that a little more further when we go into a little more of our shooting videos. Another great thing about this was that being semi-automatic, it really offered the American soldier in World War II advantage of having a lot more capability to provide a lot more higher volume of fire compared to a lot of the other major countries out there, to include Germany at the time, which had a whole bunch of bolt-action rifles. This weapon design was actually designed not by American, but actually by a Canadian named John Catius Garand, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, who I believe at the time was working for the United States military, and I think also with Springfield, to help design this beautiful rifle. Now, a lot of people don't know this. One of the original designs that Garand had when he made this weapon was actually for a smaller caliber than a 30 caliber, a 30-06, which fires now. I think it was .27, so a little bit smaller caliber compared to the big bore 30-06, which is just still a powerhouse today. And another thing about it too that was really, really interesting is that one of the earlier designs actually had a very unique, I think, a primer system that allowed the bolt to actually operate and turn into a semi-automatic. In the late 1930s, this officially replaced the 1903 Springfield, but still many soldiers, Marines, and those who were deployed overseas and activated still originally the first portions of World War II were still operating with a bolt-action 1903 weapon. But these got to the hands of the American soldier and really was able to turn the tide. Some people even claim that this is one of the reasons why World War II was won, was because of this particular rifle right here. A couple of interesting things too about it too is just really its history, is that this served obviously through World War II, but also served in Korea and even in small portions in Vietnam. And also was still in the 1960s, and I think maybe in the 70s, I'm not too sure, was still issued to some people within the National Guards across the country as well. Generally speaking, it's a gas-operated, air-cooled, in-block clip-fed semi-automatic rifle, and max effective range maybe about 500 yards. With these particular sights, but the 30-06 can reach out touched by probably easily over 1,000 or even more. The sights itself are pretty interesting. For combat rifle sights, you can see they're really, really cool here, but another great thing about them too, they're fully adjustable for windage and also for elevation. As you can see, it has a very, very, very big elevation there if you needed to. And really good combat sights too as well. Another thing about it too that was just really, I think, why still today such a big, beautiful rifle for so many people is really just a combination of its stock and also just because of the caliber that it fires too as well. And obviously the Garand ping is really big, and even though Garand thumb is his name, and I'm sure you guys, if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to try to do that here today and things like that, because it's not one of my favorite things to do, and this thing bites if you don't know how to work it. So, and really simple. We'll see here upcoming when we go live here, but all you do is put your, like I said, just put the M-block clip inside here, release the bolt forward, and the weapon's charged and loaded. It was replaced by the M14 back in the 1950s by the United States military, when M14 took over. It fired a little bit less powerful, potent round, the 7.62 by 7.6 by 51 millimeter, 3-year-old weight to the degree, and it's still inside the house. I actually had a magazine here, but still to this day, the reason why these are so popular and sought after is really just because of the history behind it. And guys, if you were to just be honest with yourself, this is just a very, very beautiful rifle. Is it still practical today for survival? I would say debatable. Now, a lot of people would probably want to kill me for this, but you can modify these with updated stock options that have mounts on it. You can actually put a handguard up here that can actually be used and turned into a rail system, put a red dot on it. And I haven't seen any magazine modifications for this thing, which I'm sure you could do if you really wanted to, if you had the money and know-how. But, I think for most people like me who just appreciate the history and what this rifle did for our country and how it spread freedom and gave the American the average American infantryman the firepower to go out there and be able to take care of business, I really do think that just in its base configuration here, it's just beautiful. Compared to AR-15, obviously it doesn't have the capability to sustain fire the same, but if you're talking about a really in-depth rifle that can take care of business, to still be able to do it with a couple shots. Now, there were a couple of different variants to it too. One was the M1C and also M1D. These were pretty much sniper variants. I think the M1C actually saw a little bit use in World War II. I think the M1D took over in the Korean War. And it was really unique. It was kind of hard, I think, for a lot of people, for me, because I tried to do this with this rifle, to make it to like a sniper variant, because I love the caliber and the way it looks. But being that it is a clip fed from the top, you have to have an offset of the scope. While most scopes obviously just go towards the top and usually a straight axis with the barrel, these have to be off-centered a little bit just to be able to accommodate the feeding mechanism and how the M1 Garand actually works. So, with that being said, though, there's so much history behind it, and I'm very, very lucky to get one. I got this for roughly about $800 years ago. Now I'm seeing some of these are up in price, of probably up to easily $2,000 or more. So with that being said, great rifle, and I'm very, very lucky, happy. But let's go ahead and let me shut up because I know what you guys came here for. So guys, it's time to grab your eyes, it's time to grab your ears, and it's time to go loud. Now that was exciting. I absolutely love this rifle. As you guys saw in the video, I codenamed it the Angry Boomer due to its age and just because of the amount of firepower this rifle has. Guys, once again, thank you so much. I could not be able to do this channel without your support. Once again, if you got a little bit of time, check out the store, FluTac store, see if there's anything you like there that tickles your fancy. And, you know, thank you. Once again, if you are brand new to firearms, this is your go-to place when we talk about basic firearms and how to break down firearms and basic safety. And you can also see some of the results of what firearms do, as you just saw with M1 Garand versus pumpkins. And you guys out there, just do me a couple things before you go out there and continue as we go into the holiday season. Just to make sure that you are able to shoot straight, shoot safe, and do not be a victim.